All right, everyone. This is Brian Bashar's Technique of the Week. We are on white belt technique set. It's been a month now, and we're on technique number 5. There's 6 techniques in this set, and we're wrapping them up. But technique number 5 today. Okay, so let's face each other. Jaya, Kanani. Let's go ahead and put our foot back, sparring stance should be. All right. Now, for technique number 5, I'm going to walk you through it slowly, and then we'll do it faster or whatever. There's a couple different ways you can get into technique number 5. Okay. Number 1 is you can do a block, a knife hand block on the inside, rotate underneath and grab the wrist from here, go down, grab the wrist to secure it, transfer behind with this is on top and you're keeping his arm in the arm bar position, okay? And then grab with the other arm and begin to circle him in a downward direction down. From here, I don't really need to do much. I can have him just lean in and apply pressure until he taps. Okay, good. Up. All right. That's technique number 1. And I think what I did mention at the beginning was the skip forward. And I showed you how to do that in the last 3 techniques or whatever. So you skip forward on that one and you perform your block. You go under, you grab, and you go down. The other hand transfers the control. You end up behind them in the armbar position. And from here. Now, if you really wanted to, you could go into a wrist lock as well. Okay? It's not necessary. This is enough, you know, to when you apply pressure and you circle them downward. Okay? And that's it. And so there's 3 circles in that technique. For all of you martial artists that love circles, circles is everything. Go one way or the other and get out of things. That's your 3 circles. 1 circle, 2 circle, and 3 circle down. Okay. Anyway, we're going to show that on the other side now too. So switch. Okay. So again, blocking with the knife hand, coming under and grabbing. At this point, I'm grabbing the back of the wrist to secure up in my armbar position, and then bringing them down. From here, doesn't take much. Okay. But you can secure with both arms. The tighter you secure it, you know, the bigger the guy. You gotta do it. All right, standard arm bar behind the back. We're going to show a couple practical applications of this technique. Okay, so starting. Oh, actually, let me show you the alternate way to get into that technique. So go back on the other one. Right. Okay. I came in on an inside knife hand. Okay. There's a couple other ways you can get into this. If someone was coming at you, like literally with a hammer fist to your face or whatever, and you just put your hand up and grab it, there you go. And then from there, you're exactly where you need to be to step behind, okay? That, believe it or not, can happen more than you expect. You know, someone's coming down with a sword, you grab to control the sword, you know, that sort of thing, and then you bring it up and behind or whatever, or knife or whatever. The other way to get into this technique is on the outside. So, just, yeah, you would block, okay? Well, from the outside of the block, grab, and look where you are. You're exactly where you need to be. Even easier, okay? So it takes out one of the extra circles. It takes out that circle on the inside to go like this, okay? Because, you know, you might not need to get into that every time. You know, people just swing at your face, I grab the wrist, and I meet where I need to be to get into my armor, okay? Realism. So that's why I showed the other couple ways. But anyways, let's go ahead and practical techniques for this. First practical technique we'll do is, a straight punch. So the straight punch comes out. I want to be on the outside for this technique because I'm already going this way on the outside. So the force is going this way. I'll go ahead and grab a little, and then I'll redirect it behind him and up into my arm bar. Up into my arm bar. Should I grab with the other? Okay. And then let's do back fist. Back fist. Again, that block, grab, control the arm, step under, keep it in the lock position. Good. Coming down with the hammer like we just showed. If you can catch it like that, great. If you can't, you know, more surface area coverage, safer to a degree. Block it first, then worry about grabbing, and then go into your technique. It's a smarter thing to do, depending on, because you don't want to miss. If you miss this, you might end up with a sword or a hammer in your body. So that could be better to block, then grab. That's how we normally teach it. And then haymaker punch comes around. Block, just like I showed you on the inside, do your grab, and then step through, come up with the arm bar, okay? What did I miss? Oh, I suppose uppercut. Yeah, I grab on the wrist. Force is coming upward. I'm going to redirect it under. This one, you're redirecting force pretty much the entire time. Circle's coming in one direction, you're intercepting it and rerouting it in another direction, which Hapkido does quite a bit. So a lot of redirection of force on this technique. Okay, and then also, which we didn't show on the last two techniques, and I want to show on this technique because there's so many ways I told you can get into these things, but hand grabs. So go ahead and grab my hand. So someone's grabbing you by the hand, okay? They're trying to take you with them. They're starting to pull you a little bit. They have a script made up on their mind, what's going to happen next. They're trying to take you to secondary location, do horrible things to you, or whatever. What you have to do is become Beowulf, Okay, that's Grendel. He just grabbed me. I need to become Beowulf. So you flip the switch, you grab them back. Psychologically, it does something to their head. That's the first thing, but also you're controlling the wrist now. And from there, again, I can come in and come into my other technique and bring them down. But it always throws them off. And the same thing for the last two techniques, 4 and 3. So number 4, if he's grabbing my wrist and I grab him back, look where I'm at. I can go into my underneath the arm like the one we showed you last week. And number 3, if he grabs my wrist and I grab him back, I can quickly step in and do my trip sweep, which was number 3. So a grab, a lot of times, they're grabbing you, trying to take you with you. That's a great way to go into it. Just do your circle, come around, grab the inside of their wrist, and perform the technique and flip that switch in your head from attacker to victim to now attacker. You're the attacker, the aggressor. And that's what you need to do in an emergency situation anyway. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm going to show actually a couple more times bringing it down, and for the armbar part of it or whatever, I guess we probably should just show. So, okay, so just have your hands up. One more time for everyone at home. Lock, grab, control arm, bring up. Other arm comes in, circle downward, and then apply pressure until he taps. Okay, now from here, if I really wanted to, I could put my knee here and go into a wrist lock as well. Some people like that a little bit more control, okay? And I can apply pressure on the wrist and then push down until he taps, okay? There's many things you can do. I can bring it behind the back, secure it with my knee, and then put the cuffs on the guy. Okay, there's lots of things you do. What you don't want to do is step on the back of the neck. That's a good learning. Okay, so unless you want to kill it. All right, so that's your technique of the week. Stay tuned next week. We'll do technique number 6, the last technique of this set. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.